What's up, everybody? Thank you for watching my channel. I'm Tamara. Make sure that you subscribe because it makes me very happy because I do this because I want to share knowledge with people and I want to help them because it can be difficult to either have borderline personality disorder or if you have to be around someone with this disorder, it can be very hard. So, today we're going to be talking about borderline personality disorder and stalking. I do think that some people who stalk other people probably have borderline personality disorder, not necessarily. Now, this gets tricky in today's time when everybody has Facebook, Instagram, you've got all this social media stuff going on. Somebody was joking on the radio and saying, "Hey, I stalk people." I mean, have you ever been stalked? Before you go on a date, you look that person up and you see, okay, what can I find out about this person? So that could be lightweight stalking. And so it can get a little gray area-ish, and that's why I said stalker-like, because I think in your day-to-day, whether it's with a family member, it could be a mom, dad, a sister, brother, cousin, uncle, aunt, it could be a church member, it could be a coworker. If they have borderline personality disorder, you can start to feel like there are some stalker-ish things going on. And if it's a friend or even somebody that you're dating, here's the thing. I think in relationships we can all, and I've done a video on that, we can all exhibit some borderline-ish type behavior because in a romantic relationship, it is appropriate to bond and connect with somebody, but we also have to set some boundaries. Everyone has different levels of how close they want to be with somebody and what they consider to be overboard and what they consider to be just a-okay, or. So this area can be a little tricky, but I'm definitely going to try to approach it. So what is the definition of stalking? It's a person who harasses or persecutes someone with unwanted and obsessive attention. A person who stalks is a person who pursues someone obsessively and aggressively to the point of harassment. So then what is harassment? Harassment is aggressive pressure or intimidation. So it's persecution, pestering, badgering, intimidating, bothering. Those are all examples and definitions of what harassment is. So those two areas can kind of blend together. Stalking, harassing, they're all unwanted attention by someone. And a person with borderline personality disorder, most of them have a fear of abandonment, and that is what's driving everything. They want to attach to you, they want to bond with you, and let's say it's in the work setting, for example. Let's say it's a friendship, for example, or somebody that you're making friends with. First of all, they may attach to you way too quickly. Does it take long to make a friend? Probably not. Some friendships happen quickly, and other friendships happen over time. So all of that is understandable, but a borderline attaches way too quickly. It's like I'm telling you information that is personal and private that usually you wouldn't share this quickly. You can be their bestie overnight. It's just it feels uncomfortable because it's too quick. They kind of make everyone feel like they're in a relationship. They could start to cross some boundaries, not necessarily romantic boundaries, but when you're in a romantic relationship, you feel a different type of closeness than you do with a friend, and they almost make you feel like you're in a relationship. So They might call too much. Let's say you've met somebody and they call you. This happened to me one time years ago, and I never had a conversation with this guy other than I met him in person, we exchanged phone numbers, and then he called me like 30, 40, 50 times in one day. People, if you're making a new friend or church member or something like that, they may call you way too early in the morning or way too late at night. And they may be comfortable calling you 80 times a day. The frustrating thing about borderlines is they often don't know boundaries. And even if they do know boundaries, they cross them anyway. They don't care because they have such a strong and powerful need to get their needs met, to feel secure, to feel connected, because they don't want to fall apart, that they don't care. I mean, they can get to the point where they change strategies. Basically, you set a boundary, they change strategies. You set a new boundary, they come up with another boundary. I mean, they may call your workplace looking for you because they didn't hear from you yesterday. Those things are crossing boundaries. So harassment is any unwanted behavior, physical or verbal, or even suggested, that makes a reasonable person feel uncomfortable, humiliated, or mentally distressed. Let's say you have a coworker who has borderline personality disorder. They can be very high functioning and do a fantastic job at work, but let's say, they're getting closer and closer to you. They might give up all their work responsibilities to just hang out with you and be in your presence every day, all day. Imagine planning your whole day around hopscotching to connect with certain people, to make sure that they are still existing, that they are still in your life. Some borderlines have issues with mental separation. Other people have issues with physical. So some people, they need to see you, they need you in their presence. And then there are other people who it's more of a mental issue, like they don't mind you leaving to go to the store, but they want to make sure that you are mentally connected to them. And so let's say you are in the workplace, or let's say you have a boss who has borderline personality disorder. That boss, the center of their world is connecting and bonding to someone, because more than likely they were abandoned in some shape or form in a very early age, when their brain was imprinting around early childhood experiences that follow you for the rest of your life. And so they attach too quickly, too easily. That boss is going to be doing things that feel very manipulative. They're going to be giving you things to do that don't make sense. And those are all tactics designed to check to see, are you still there? Are you still available? Are you still here? Are you still connected with me? And so you're going to feel like you're being taken advantage of, or like you're being taken for granted, or why are you asking me to do something this minute that takes up my entire day? So you may feel like you're wasting a lot of time, because that borderline is putting you in a position to meet their needs, which is extremely frustrating. And I know these days people get more defensive about borderlines, but you also have to look at the victims. And those are the people that that are defenseless, that are either forced to meet these people's needs, or they're codependent, or they're very confused about, why am I being treated this way? They're trying to follow the same quote-unquote rules that you would with any other coworker or friendship or a family member, and it just doesn't work. It's like the person is always coming up with excuses to see you, to have you rescue them. My car broke down. This happened. I need help with this. It's always thousands of excuses, and then if you don't do what the person is doing, they're going to raise the stakes. But they may figure out a schedule for you to be on because it makes them feel safer, it makes them feel better to be able to control where you are. So in their mind, they know exactly where you are, that you're in the office with this person, or I gave them this duty to do, so I know that they're doing that. And they might, throw out some things to test to see, okay, are you still available? So I hope this helps someone out there today to know that you're not crazy, that it is very difficult to not be a borderline and have to deal with somebody that's always checking on them, contacting them, following them. It feels like, the person is obsessed with you, and it's inappropriate, and just figuring out, how am I supposed to deal with this person, especially when it's a boss-subordinate situation, or it could be a mother-daughter situation. It's hard for the person who does not have the disorder. I mean, you start feeling like you're going crazy, or they start to make you feel like they feel. And so it's just a very, very difficult thing to deal with. So I wish I could write a book about borderline personality disorder to help people. If you are watching this and you have borderline personality disorder, you might need some type of anti-anxiety medicine, because that will help you, and it will also help the people who are around you, because you may not know what impact you're having on that person, but it's really not fun, and it's not okay, and they can press harassment charges against you for some of your behavior. So you have to figure out ways to use some self-control and restraint. So if you're having to deal with difficult people, I would highly recommend you check out my book, The Workplace Narcissist, because it talks about difficult people and how to handle them in different situations, and just teaching you things about the disorder to look out for, whether it's at home or it's in the workplace or an organization. You need support, and my book is designed to do just that. So check it out. It's called The Workplace Narcissist by Tamara Zyon, and it's on Amazon. And I thank you so much for watching my video. Make sure you subscribe, because that makes me very happy and I really do appreciate it. Like the video, and if you have if you've ever felt like you've been harassed or stalked by a borderline, let me know in the comments what that experience was like for you. So until next time, bye.